I wanted to start 2024 with a bang, and I thought what better way to do this than to platinum one of PlayStation's hardest games, Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Just like the name suggests, it was definitely about time I finally attempted this myself. Before, I had already achieved the 3 platinums the original Insane trilogy has to offer, and also the insanely difficult Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So I thought, why not complete the series and go for 100% on Crash 4? Now this game comes in at around a 9 out of 10 difficulty, taking up to 100 hours to complete. It can't be that hard, right? This game cost me my life for 3 weeks. To say it was an emotional roller coaster is an understatement. There were times of joy and triumph. A minute, have I done it? I've done it! Oh, I've done it! Let's go! In times of wanting to headbutt my desk from pure frustration. Oh, this game! Oh my god, I'm fucking spamming eggs! Rage aside, if you're playing this game casually, it's a great platformer that may even be the best in the series that should only take you around 5 to 10 hours to complete. But if you're like me and want that sweet virtual ping at the end of it, you should prepare to put yourself through pure torture. To get that sweet platinum, you need to finish the game and achieve 106%. And in order to do this absolute Herculean task, you need to complete these following steps. Step 1. Complete all levels and enjoy it for what it is. Step 2. Miscellaneous trophy cleanup. Step 3, get all coloured and clear gems throughout all of the levels. Step 4, get all of the flashback tapes and get a platinum relic on all of them. Step 5, complete the inverted mode and get all 6 clear gems per level again, but more on that later. Step 6, get all of the insanely perfect relics, which are rewarded by breaking every box in a level without dying. And finally, step 7, get the platinum time trial relics throughout every level. Now I thought it would be a great idea to save time by pretty much combining steps 1, 3, 4 and 6 all in my first playthrough. Why on earth would I do that, you might ask? Well, in Crash 4 there is now a new relic introduced called the Insanely Perfect Relic, which is awarded for completing a level breaking every box without dying a single time, which I believe is a throwback to how you used to be awarded the colour gems in the original games. However, the older games levels would only have a maximum of about 100 boxes. Some of the levels on this game take it to the absolute extreme, with having over 500 boxes to break. Toys for Bob were not messing around when they introduced this new relic, and this is solely one of the reasons the platinum is so hard. Again, you may ask, why not go for this later on? Well, step 3 states to get every clear and coloured gem. Every level in this game has 6 clear gems to obtain, and that's without doing it in inverted. But more on that later. To obtain these 6 clear gems, you need to get 40, 60 and 80% of the Wumpa fruit, break every box, find the hidden clear gem within the level, which some are easy and some will honestly have you trying to understand the theory of quantum mechanics in order to figure out where it's located. And lastly, you earn one for dying less than 3 times. So I thought, well, if I'm trying to die less than 3 times, I may as well try and not die at all. Also, another reason to try and do this all at once is the flashback tapes mentioned in step 4. These are found during a level and provide a nostalgia-fueled side mission showcasing old school 2D platforming from the original games with some great backstory for old-time Crash fans. However, when you find one in a level, in order to be able to pick it up, you need to get to it, you guessed it, without dying, making more sense to try and do every level off the bat flawlessly. Now, with that all explained and out the way, let's jump into the video. So after a quick intro, we hopped into the game, earning our first couple of trophies. God, this game looks beautiful. I know. Quickly spin through these, get our first trophy. There we go. That locks us in for the platinum. Again. Away, another trophy. Taking the side road. Complete a bonus bag. After this, the happiness quickly disappeared, as every Crash fan's worst nightmare came true. But it's okay, we still got a trophy for completing the level. 4 boxes left. Why is there only 3 here? Please tell me there's another box. There wasn't. Already. What? First level, missing one box. What's that? Invincible, beat a story level without dying. We then continued on, jumping into the next level where we can actually earn the first of the 4 coloured gems, but before that we can earn another quick trophy. Hey, altitude sickness. Crouch or slide into a double jump. So in order to get the red gem, I had to follow this path here, hidden on the wall. Sounds easy, right? Good start. Quick. No. There we go, our first gem. Once the chase sequence had finished, we then earned 2 trophies for getting the red gem and meeting the first of the 4 masks. The wild map was then unlocked. So I went back and sorted some unfinished business, completing the first 2 levels, breaking every box and earning the first and second of 38 insanely perfect relics. For doing this, also earned me a trophy for my efforts. Right, so that should be everything. Oh, so-called perfectionist, there we go. And any insanely perfect relic. To celebrate, I put on some new clothes and went level by level, earning all of the insanely perfect relics by getting 80% of the Wampa fruit, breaking every box and finding the hidden gems, whilst also picking up a few trophies along the way by destroying a speaker to shut engine up and acquiring a first of 21 flashback tapes. So what are these tapes actually for? Well, once acquired, they offer a new level in which you can travel back in time to when Crash was first created. Cortex was conducting experiments by creating obstacle courses to see if Crash could beat them. Obviously we do, but in order to get the trophy and achieve 106% completion for the bonus ending, you need to complete each of these 21 levels, breaking every box to earn the platinum relic. The first few aren't too bad, but by God does the difficulty crank up. Just look at some of the precision required in order to get through it. But for beating the first level, we earned a trophy.
First test complete. Well done,
there you go,
subject.
model test subject. Next on the list was the green gem. All you had to do for this was spin the bin and then drive the car into the nitro box. Once we picked it up, we completed the level and got our trophy. But you will also be able to tell that this game really started to take a toll on me, but little did I know how bad it was actually going to get. Emerald, let's go. Oh, that was horrendous. Next up was the first boss fight against Engine, which was actually really cool and a great introduction into how most of the boss fights in this game work, whilst also still being really good fun and visually stunning all at the same time. But I can't lie, most of the bosses in this game are fairly easy. But hey, I'm also not going to complain, as this game doesn't need to get any harder than it already is. Also, a fun bit of trivia. If you weren't aware, in some of the older Crash titles, Engine is voiced by none other than PlayStation's Nolan North, aka Nathan Drake. Once Engine was defeated, we earned a trophy. Moved on to the next island. This is where I really started to feel the difficulty crank up to another level with the perfect relics. As the level started to get longer and a lot more unforgiving, there truly was nothing worse than having the end in sight only to fail at the last minute because the pressure of having to redo it all again was just too much and making a stupid mistake. Take this as a perfect example. I don't believe it, I don't believe it. What am I playing at? I've just wasted all of that time. Yeah, this was only the 3rd island. There was another 7 more. Anyway, moving on, we then came across our first Torna section. In Crash 4, there are now new playable characters, that being Torna, Dingo, and Cortex. These missions are supposed to offer new gameplay variety, which at the beginning seems really fun, but by the end of it becomes an absolute chore. Why is that? Well, every now and again during a Crash level, an unexplainable event will happen and a question mark will appear over your head. These new character missions are basically a recap on the events leading up to that. So in other words, you play a new level, which is usually quite fun, then it places you back to one you've already completed and forces you to do it all over again. That's not just it. There's now even harder box placement, the hidden gem is now in a different area, and there are now more enemies. So if you thought a level was hard, chances are it's going to get even harder.
What did he say?
On to more positive things now. We then moved on and picked up our next few trophies. Whew. Come on, putting things into perspective. Oh my god, boys, I've done it. I've done it. Silent protagonist. Meet Akano. Oh my lord. Hey, silence the scientist. Shut Embryo up. A couple more perfect relics later, it was now time to go and get the blue gem. This was definitely the hardest in the game, but still wasn't too bad. In order to get it, you have to complete this level without breaking any box, which is the complete opposite of what I've been doing all game up until now, so it took quite a few attempts. But due to the fact I'm a god tier gamer, I thought of an idea that was absolutely game changing. See, when you die on a bonus path, it actually counts as a checkpoint, but you get restarted just outside it. Therefore, I was able to activate a checkpoint without breaking a box. But even with this newfound knowledge, it was easier said than done. There were some very tricky placed boxes that are very hard not to break. For example, like this one at the beginning. But anyway, enjoy watching me struggle. Oh, come on. What? There's like an invisible wall there. I jumped. Oh, that jump is painful. That is also painful. Am I still on 0? Okay, that's quite a tricky jump. Like that wall. Oh. No, 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 no. Oh, for... Oh, dear. Oh! Okay. No! Oh, what am I? I'm an idiot. Of course you have to miss the TNT. Of course. Can't land on it.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Right, we're getting places, boys. We are getting places. Right, so this is the bonus path. Okay, so I'm back here. Still on 0. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. I've hit the checkpoint. No! Like, did you see that? Like, dragged me onto the platform. Right. Oh. Yes! I've done it! So it does count. Oh! Sapphire Acquirer. Sapphire Acquirer. Very nice. With the blue gem now obtained, it was time to just blitz through the story, collecting everything possible. Yay! Master Mixologist. Defeat Embryo. Let's go. So after defeating Embryo, we headed into our first level using the big boy dingo dial, where we can pick up a trophy for destroying all of the bat signs. Okay, so this should be our last bat sign. Unfortunately, I've already destroyed the box, but get the trophy. There we go. Bad signs. Do some target practice. We then use the big boy again to shoot some cannons.
You smell good enough to eat.
Hey, give him a broadside. Aim and fire. Then it was time for the yellow gem. It's just unfortunate this gem belongs to the level Run It By You. But people that have played this level, you'll know exactly what I'm about to say, but for those who don't, I genuinely think I have PTSD from trying to do this. I would honestly argue it's easily top 5 hardest perfect relic in the game, maybe even top 3, and it's only about halfway through the story. I simply wasn't prepared for how infuriating this level was going to be, and it was the first true test of skill which showed why this game is a 9 out of 10. I must have played this for several hours, taking many breaks just to calm down. The yellow gem itself is actually quite easy, just requiring some tricky jumps at the beginning. And the rest of the level belongs to what feels like a series of frame-perfect jumps, some awful jetboard sequences which is just so bad to control, the most random hidden gem which is impossible to find without a guide, and then this section. A stupid on-rails section where you have to do everything perfectly, otherwise you have to restart the whole level again. And what tops it all off is you have to do the whole level again straight after, but starting as Dingo instead, with an even harder on-rails and jetboard section. This was truly the first test of whether I could get through it or not. But anyway, you can probably see how long this took just from my reaction. Oh my god. Topaz Pizzazz. Find the yellow hidden gem. I can see through time. Meet Capu Noir. Oh, and I got this insanely perfect relic. That mission was crazy. Speaking of Capu Noir, I think it's time I talk about the masks. There are now 4 new masks in the game, which I'm going to spare myself from pronouncing as I don't want the furniture in my room to start levitating. These masks offer a new variety of gameplay, but also a lot of challenge. Each has its own ability. For example, they can shift objects in and out of reality, allow you to spin continuously, helping you cover large distances, slow down time, making it possible to land on nitro or slow objects down that are moving too fast, and finally invert gravity. All of these masks take a long time to get used to, especially the gravity one, as you need to learn how to play the game upside down with inverted physics. However, it definitely adds a new depth of gameplay, and my god, makes you feel like an absolute boss when you finish the last level using all of them simultaneously perfectly. Anyway, back to the trophies. Once we beat Run It By You, I found out I can make Crash absolutely dripped out, getting his crash-free warp biker jacket by beating Embryo in inverted mode. Doing this earned me 2 trophies in the process. There we go. Beat him any which way. Beat any boss in inverted mode. I only did... Oh, it's messing with my head, man. Beat a level in inverted mode. Now dripped out, I started feeling pretty confident, smashing out more perfect relics and even doing the notorious polar levels after only a few attempts. Think I got it. Let's go. There's repeating. Dumb. That one's tough as well. Come on. Not long after this, we finally earned 50% of all clear gems. There we go. That one wasn't too bad at all. Oh, like a rhinestone Bandicoot. Hey, and half the clear gems. Let's go. And beat Neo Cortex, allowing us to use him as a playable character. Yes. Come on, the 4th time. Defeat Dr. Neo Cortex. We then met the final mask and headed into the Doctor's Entropy boss fight. This boss fight is 2 trophies available, one for completing the awesome beginning section, riding a rail through time, grabbing all of the bumper fruit. There we go. Brilliant. Whoa, yeah. Grabbed a bushel of bumper. And finally, for beating the boss, which is a really cool introduction on how to use the anti-gravity mask properly. Oh, that was so close. Hey, Twin Sanity. Defeat the Doctor's Entropy. Once this was done, it was on to the second to last area of the game, the futuristic Neopolitan section. There's only 3 levels in this area, but they are notorious for all Crash 4 Platinum Hunters, especially Rush Hour and Crate Escape. Rush Hour alone took me up to 3 hours playing it repeatedly, as it has some super risky segments where if you miss a box it's just game over, or this ridiculous final section with Torna. You have to cross oncoming traffic at all different speeds, and if you fall off you have to start all over again. What's even worse is it's the longest level of the game, taking on average 12 minutes just to get back to the final section. This is definitely another top 5 hardest relic, also followed by the next level. The Crate Escape isn't exactly a hard level, it's just the final section has to be done so perfectly it seems almost unfair sometimes. I'm not even going to explain it, I'm just going to let you watch.
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the f is that?
Wait a minute, have I done it? I've done it! Oh! Oh, I've done it! Let's go! Oh, mate. For completing this god-awful level, we earned another trophy. Sudden but inevitable. Betrayed by your worst enemy. This now means we are on the final area, home to easily the hardest level in the entire game. Toxic Tunnels. This level is probably one of the hardest things in a game I've ever had to do, and I've platinumed some pretty nasty games. This level requires frame perfect precision amongst one of the most bullshit areas in a Crash game, the Gem Gauntlet. By collecting all the coloured gems throughout, you'd think we'd be rewarded for our efforts. Oh no, in fact quite the opposite. The 4 gems unlock a secret door showcasing some of the hardest platforming in the entire game. The worst part is there are boxes within the gauntlet, so it's mandatory just to get the perfect relic. The level is also full of enemies that just want to watch you suffer, and even the platforms you can't stand on too long say disappear or just try and melt you. Not only that, the level also takes just over 10 minutes to complete. So let's say you manage to do the gauntlet, get through the level and get to the end and die, you have to do the whole thing all over again. But needless to say, I finally completed it after many attempts. My heart. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I did it, I did it. Oh my god. It's done. Oh my god. The next 2 missions I was concerned about, as all over forums I saw people saying they were the hardest, but in my opinion I think it wasn't actually too bad, but just down to more muscle memory than anything else. And I actually believe that that's a lot of this game. Anyway, with the end in sight, I finally completed the last level, earning what some believe is the hardest trophy in the game and a few others. Also, quick disclaimer, unfortunately my mic audio for this next clip messed up a tiny bit, so beware headphone users. Oh, my heart is beating out of my chest. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've done it. Oh, I've done it. The whole picture. Complete all timelines. Perfectionist. And all insanely perfect relics. And King of Bling. And all the cleared gems. All in one. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, no more perfect relics. Once this was done, we quickly earned the final platinum flashback relic after a few attempts. I think I've done it. I think I've done it. I've done it. Look at that. Closing the experiment log. Earn all the platinum flashback relics. Let's go. Then it was on to beating Cortex for the final time. Oh, come on. Is that it? What has been will be again. Defeat Dr. Neocortex again. There we go. The game is done. With the story now beaten and steps 1, 3, 4 and 6 all completed, it was time for step 2, the miscellaneous trophies. So I quickly mopped them up. Whoa. Pull off a triple spin. So that should be it. There we go. Fleet of Feet. Play a game of checkpoint race. Show off. Defeat an enemy with a triple spin. Is that it? Hey, settle the score. Play a game of crate combo. There we go. That should be another one. No, it's my turn. Complete a level with pass and play enabled. All I have to do is spin this dumpster. Here, kitty kitty. Scare the cat hiding from the party. So for this next trophy, I'm in Hit the Road, and I have to hit 6 barrels. So here's 3. And then 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. There you go, Junkyard Jams. Make music in an unlikely place. So on this level, there's 4 gongs. You can see 1 up there. I have to spin 4. So there's 1. There's 2. So up there is number 3. There you go. Oh. Number 3. And then this one should be number 4. There we go. Hammer it home. Make some noise. With step 2 now complete, it's now time for step 5, the inverted mode. I've been putting off talking about what this is up until now, but unfortunately it's time. Inverted mode is a new feature that was previously unlocked after beating Embryo and now allows you to play all levels again but mirrored. You might be thinking, oh, is that it? No, that's not just it. Inverted mode also puts a new visual filter on for each level. But after that, yeah, that pretty much is it. Speaking of the filters, I can't lie. There are some which I do really like, such as the paint levels, which look really cool when you spin a box and colour splashes on the screen, or even the old school retro ones in the final levels that make you feel like you're playing an old Crash game. But it is also home to some of the most disgusting visuals I've ever laid my eyes on. But you want to know what really is disgusting? There are now 6 new gems to earn on every level. Disgusting! That's right, I now have to go back and replay every level again that's just mirrored and with a new filter. It's the exact same level with the exact same box placement. It's actually only the hidden gem that's in a different place, but arguably, in most cases, it's easier than before, apart from the one in Rush Hour and Off Balance, which are actually just unnecessarily crazy. I really feel like Toys for Bob ran out of ideas with the replayability with this one and just decided, yeah, make him do it again. This also means revisiting levels I struggled on before, like Run It By You, Rush Hour, and Toxic Tunnels. However, a saving grace is that due to the fact we already completed the levels perfectly, it meant that I could actually die up to 3 times and still get all 6 gems, making it a tiny bit easier. So with that in mind, we set out and completed the whole game again, but this time inverted, which not gonna lie was pretty boring. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, the already long Rush Hour was now completely underwater with underwater physics, adding another 5 minutes onto a level that already takes 15. Huh? Cheers, Toys for Bob, you absolute legends. So after about 6 hours, we replayed every level, finally earning the respective trophies. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. All gems inverted. Not even going to try and pronounce that. And all inverted gems. Oh, it's King of Bling backwards. Amazing. There we go. All done. Backwards and forwards. Complete all levels in inverted mode. With the 100% bonus ending now unlocked, we then also watched that for another. So all that was left to do was step 7, the time trials. After doing a bit of research, I read on forums about people saying this was easier than the perfect relics and some saying it was actually harder. In my honest opinion, I actually think it's pretty much bang on the same. There were moments I thought were pretty easy, even beating some of the dev times. Come on. Flawless driving. I'm like f***ing Diesel. Absolutely. You just can't get driving this good anywhere else on the planet. Come on. Easy. Easy dub. 134. Come on. Let's go. Yo! I got a developer time. Let's go. 135. That's mad. Then some I thought this isn't actually humanly possible. But what I will say, just like CTR Nitro Fueled, once you get the hang of the mechanics and the triple spin, which don't get me wrong, takes a few hours, it actually becomes fairly straightforward. I'm not saying you'll do them all first time, but it definitely gets easier. But what is the triple spin? The triple spin is awarded for completing the game and allows you to spin 3 times consecutively, giving you a huge speed boost. This is an absolute must in order to even get close to the times on the levels. However, it's not as easy as just spinning 3 times. You actually have to spin every 0.5 seconds bang on, otherwise it will just be a normal spin and you will lose your speed boost. Pair that with the slide spin and you can actually gain so much speed it can be hard to keep track of what's actually happening on screen. And this is where the difficulty mainly comes in, especially on some of the later levels. And yes, you have to do all these levels without dying again, as there are no checkpoints in the time trial mode, basically asking for nothing but pure skill and precision. Yet again, Toxic Tunnels was definitely the hardest level for me and it took me days to do. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say guys, I did it off camera. But here's proof that I actually did it. Another reason these are so hard is in the previous games, for it to count towards progression, you only had to achieve gold. But oh no, for Toys for Bob, that's simply not good enough. You now need a platinum. Ironic. So off I went, going level by level, earning platinum relic after platinum relic. Things seemed to be going quite well. In one night I actually went from 9 all the way to 27. I was feeling really good, only having 11 more to go, until disaster struck. Come on, please. I beg, I beg, I beg. Please be platinum. Oh.
Bruh.
Oh, amazing. If my game is corrupt now, I'm going to cry, I think.
NANI?!
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. What has happened? I have to do all of these again. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way. My heart. I want to cry. I want to cry. There's no way. So every time I complete a level now, I'm going to upload it. Because I can't be doing that. It could have been a lot worse, but that is awful. It's not too bad. It's basically everything I just did last night I have to do again. That's right. If this game wasn't hard enough, my save file corrupted. Don't get me wrong, it could have been a lot worse, but I was back down to 9. I was genuinely holding back the tears at this point. I felt defeated. It's almost like this game threw everything it had at me, and I was just trying not to let it beat me. So I cracked on, beating every level again, uploading my saves to the cloud every time, just in case it happened. And here we are at the final level. Hope I don't need that. This might be it. This might be it. This might be it. This might be it. No! What am I doing? What am I doing? Please be it. Please be it. Please be it. Please be it. Yes! Yes! Faster than sound. And all the platinum time trial relics. Let's go! Oh, it's done. No more. It was done. Everything obtained. All things unlocked, just 2 things left to do. Watch the 106% bonus ending and get the last miscellaneous trophy. Right. Let's go and watch the 106% final ending. Get our gold trophy and then earn our last trophy of the game. Oh, I don't believe it. Right, let's do this. Be ready. Overachiever for watch the 106% bonus ending. But all I have to do now is come up to this tree and give it a spin. Let's do it. Tree droppings, find the source of the bumper berries, and master marsupial. Get every trophy. Let's go. Crash 4, 100% completed. Oh my god, that feels good. So that now earns me my 169th platinum. So there we have it, guys. After all that, I had achieved by far my hardest platinum, Crash 4, completing the series, and what a ride it was. It took 59 hours in total, but I think I would have completed it in around 10 if my save file didn't corrupt. I seriously hoped you enjoyed this video, and as it's my first ever one, I appreciate any feedback, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next video.